Welcome to the finale of Retainers Only. These two maps I wouldn't really consider difficult. The only major threat in these maps are the starting enemy formation in this map and the infinite reinforcements in Endgame. I want to keep Chapter 27 rather short, since the best way to play this map the full way through is to use the large choke point to slowly chip down all the enemies. Trying to charge in just creates a lot of problems, so I've elected to use rescue strats for this map. Sorry if that's disappointing, but all it would really do is create a bunch of filler, and I don't think that's a very good viewing experience. I've never been a big fan of intentionally stalling right at the end. To kill an Onkos in one player phase, I'll be using Oboro and Baruka's newly forged Brave Axe and Brave Lance. Both of them will do about 13 damage 4 times, which is more than enough. One last thing before I start is that I want to mention Selena is now a sword master. In order for her to be useful on these maps, she really wants to not be stuck using bronze weapons, so naturally she's been changed into a class that gets her sword ranks back. There's not much else to add here, so let's get started.
Listen.
To begin, I have all my non-Anonkos units move first. I can have them try to score a bit more experience before endgame. I don't need the experience, but it's nice to have.
I won't listen. Let's get this over with! Loser! I'm the best! Can I have the wishbone? Did we win?
I'll protect you.
Thanks to Rev's stat inflation, Setsuna needs a crit to kill even with the Pursuer.
We've got this.
I won't lose! Next!
I am with you. A beautiful ending.
The darkness whispers.
Let's finish this.
Eldering Smackdown! Ha-ha!
I never lose.
This is an exact kill without a crit, but if I get one, I can remove parry facing crit chance as well.
He's flooding your eyes. So annoying. How was my job?
Looks like we have no choice. The pain will pass. We have won.
Now I move on to Anonkos. Flora first rescues Oboro to chip Anonkos down.
Is that what you're wearing?
I hate this voice acting, by the way.
I am the forgotten god, the betrayed king, the buried dragon.
Let's go.
You shouldn't have done that! You are so last season! You shouldn't have done that! You are so last season!
Tsubaki now rescues Baruka to finish him off.
Trust me.
Kill them all.
I'll protect you.
You won't survive this!
Now for the real final map. This endgame starts you off on a giant open platform with just your units and the boss. Around the map, reinforcements will spawn in 2 at a time after the initial ones come in when the map starts. The best way to deal with them is to try and take out as many as you can on turn 1 in order to make it so you're fighting very small amounts of enemies at a time. The reinforcements aren't too hard to deal with, they just add a lot of fluff to the map. Let's begin. Kaze starts by taking out the bow knight by using the hunter's knife.
Do you know
That was a good fight. Remain calm.
Setsuna takes out the Wyvern Lord and gets this amazing level up.
Allow me.
Oboro attacks the Dark Knight with the Brave Lance to try and build guard gauge, though it's not strictly needed.
I will protect you.
You're gonna need stitches! It looks like a win.
Odin uses the Calamity Gate that I forgot to forge to +2 to kill the Paladin. Good thing I only needed +1.
A pitbull body blow!
Selena begins chipping down the Adventurer.
Alright, come on.
Loser! I'm the best!
Baruka pretends that Selena didn't crit.
Out of my way.
Felicia has nothing else to do, so she replicates this turn. Baruka kills the Sorcerer while making sure to be in range of the General and Berserker for enemy phase.
I believe.
Finishing the mission! Mission accomplished.
Selena and Odin are gonna fend off the reinforcements.
Time to play! Told you I was tough. Huh?
I'll handle this mystery.
Let's see.
Unquenchable blood flame! Whew. Tough one.
Oboro gets transferred to Kaze in order to attack Ginnungagap. Her guard gates that she built last turn guarantees that she won't take damage here.
I am at your service.
You are so last season!
Unacceptable.
You're gonna need stitches! You are so last season!
If Oboro didn't crit, Setsuna would have been able to finish the job by using the Pursuer. She has nothing else to do this turn, so she just waits.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I'm not counting on Baruka to kill the General or Berserker here, though she technically is able to.
You'll be alright.
Time to play! Target silenced.
Setsuna would normally attack the Wyvern Lord that spawned, but since she didn't build guard gauge from Anankos, I have to give the honors to Reina since she has better movement.
We'll be just fine.
Giving both boots to Obero feels so good. Odin takes care of the Dark Knight. If he had no guard gauge, it would have been better to use lightning here.
Eldritch Smackdown!
The rest of my units are on cleanup duty while setting up to take out Anankos' second hand.
Oh, that's it?
Shall we? It'll be fine. Gotta eliminate it. Stay focused. Did we win?
Kaze waits in range of the bow knight while he's holding the hunter's knife.
The chosen hero arrives!
Since this general is in Anankos' range, I have Baruka wait to kill it on enemy phase. I'd really prefer if I didn't have to tank hits from both Anankos and a general on the same turn.
We've got this!
Alright, come on. I'll protect you.
Be ready! No relying on me.
Now I can kill the second arm with Baruka and Niles.
We've got this.
Time to play!
Not a chance!
You won't survive this!
Let's do this together.
Okay, let's go!
Alright.
Here my Citra unironically froze up for a second. I was so worried that my game was about to crash. Since the rest of my units are still freed up, I can take out Anankos' third health bar this turn as well. I normally would have aimed for the reinforcements first, but I wanted to see if I could get away without killing them.
Don't you dare lose!
Show me what you...
Obero begins by using the Brave Lance to chip him down.
No hesitation.
You shouldn't have done that! You're gonna need stitches!
Don't scare me.
You shouldn't have done that! You are so last season!
And now the Awakening Trio gets to at long last fulfill their mission.
My.
These conversations are unfortunately not in the base game. They're added through the playable Lilith mod, which I'll link in the description. It's really cool.
I won't let you down. Let's end this here.
Seems like a worthy foe.
Go, go!
You dare!
Shut up! Waste of time!
Insert!
We can't lose! These hits!
You are in good hands.
You dare!
The chosen hero arrives. Your end draws near.
We've got this!
Unquenchable blood flames. Too much power!
It looks dangerous for my units here, but Anankos won't attack on enemy phase, so they're actually totally safe. Felicia rescues Baruka to let her chip in on Anankos' final health bar next turn.
I can support you.
I never lose.
And now for the final turn. Oberos starts off again by weakening Anankos.
I'm with you.
You shouldn't have done that!
Tsubaki now rescues her out of the way to allow Baruka to use her brave weapon against him.
Let's see what you've got.
We won't give up.
Time to play! Be ready!
Before I ended, I wanted to check other damage outputs out of curiosity.
I've got your back! Yay, violence!
Laszlo can try to chip down Anankos even further to guarantee no failure. And finally, Odin Dark saves the world.
My aching blood! You can't hide from me!
In the name of the first dragons, I, Xander, speaking for the Kingdom of Nor.
And I, Ryoma, speaking for Hoshido.
Vow to keep peace between us.
We shall all be bound by this vow.
Yes, peace for our nations. I swear.
Yay! We're friends now!
Friends.
Wish it were that easy to just forgive, you know?
I know, but healing can only begin with trust.
Yeah.
We swear to our people, to our countries, and to the brave soul who brought us together.
Hoshido and Nor are united together forever.
We swear to you.
So that was the entire journey of Retainers Only. While the turn counts play out, I'll go over my thoughts on this run as a whole. I want to begin by saying that this playthrough was an impulse decision. I was fresh off my Conquest No reclassing playthrough, and I had a lot of free time on my hand, so I was very much in the mood to continue making YouTube videos. This challenge idea is something that popped into my head before, after completing that Chapter 25 Baruka solo a while back, and I liked it enough to immediately start working on it. At first I was very motivated with this series, and was making very rapid progress. If I recall correctly, I was doing daily uploads up until Chapter 13. Around when I got to Chapter 17, I suffered major burnout, and it took nearly 2 months to go from the stretch of Chapters 16, 17, Invasion 1, and Paralog 13. Part of that was due to other games coming out like Xenoblade 3, but I definitely didn't do this at the pace that I wanted to, simply because of that initial burst of motivation fizzling out at the time I got to that point. I think that I partly made this less fun on myself by banning Azura and Corrin. Corrin especially so, since you're forced to deploy him every map anyways. During the stretch of the game where I got to Vala, it really hit me how much I usually relied on these units to do very simple tasks. To make matters worse, I did this in Revelation, which is horrible since a lot of maps are very big and have a lot of dragon veins. The worst one by far was Paralog 19, where you're supposed to use a lot of dragon veins to get a bunch of money from the enemies. I really couldn't do that with just Corrin, especially since he was so weak by then, so maps like those were absolutely miserable. If I had to give a top 5 least favorite maps from this challenge, going from best to worst, it would probably be something like Chapter 18, Chapter 20, Paralog 19, Chapter 12, and Chapter 13. There were a few more bad maps in this playthrough, but these in particular really emphasize just how unfun the premise of this challenge really is. Only having one weak Dragon Vein user and not being able to deploy a single one of the royal siblings makes those maps really unfun, and I personally wouldn't want to ever do this challenge again knowing that I would have to play those maps. That's not to say this was all bad though. To give a top 5 for my favorite maps of this run, I would probably go with Chapters 26, Paralog 22, Paralog 9, Chapter 14, and a tie between Chapter 9 or Paralog 21. These maps were admittedly only really fun because I liked making my strategy for them. Maps like Chapter 9 where I had to find ways to reach kill thresholds with Rinkah pair-up, or Paralog 9 where I was able to really start abusing the replica mechanic with Felicia was incredibly fun. Maps where I genuinely had to think about what I wanted to do and finding consistent ways to do it are one of my favorite things to do in this game, since it feels very rewarding to see it all pay off. That all being said, I'm very glad that I won't be playing a full game Revelation challenge anytime soon. I love this game to death despite all its flaws, but I can't in good faith say that a full game challenge run of this game is the most fun way to play. My favorite part about Rev is being able to do really stupid builds with Hoshiden and Norian classes, and things that heavily restrict that type of freedom makes the game significantly less fun to me. I also want to touch on what I said in quite a few videos, where I said I wanted to route as many maps as I could. Obviously, I didn't end up doing that for some maps, mainly because I stopped caring, but it was a really dumb statement in the first place, because I didn't even route in Chapter 7. I completely skipped past the middle section of the map and just went around through the side. There's absolutely no significance about this, but I think it's really ironic. One final thing I want to add before the turn counts finish out is that I'm really thankful for how far my channel has grown during this. I don't really care about getting big on this site, nor do I expect or even want to, but it still feels really nice to see my videos nowadays doing so much better than when I started to try and make somewhat serious content. As for what's next on the channel, I'll be taking a short break from making videos like these. I might post some low effort stuff here and there, but I want at least until January to start a full series again. I may even try streaming on this channel at some point, since that sounds like it could be a fun thing to do. Who knows? Without much else to add, I'll sign off now and let the credits play out. Thanks for watching.
Life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb. In the white light, a hand reaches through. A double-edged blade cuts your heart in two. Waking dreams fade away, embrace the brand new day. Sing with me a song of birthrights and love. The light scatters to the sky above. Dawn breaks through the gloom, white as a bow, lost in thoughts all alone. life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb. Embrace the dark you call a home. Gaze upon an empty white throne, a legacy of lies, a familiar disguise. Sing with me a song of conquest and fate. The black wither cracks beneath its weight. Night breaks through the day, hard as a stone, lost in thoughts all alone. The path you walk on belongs to destiny. Just let it flow. All of your joy and your pain will fall like the tide. Let it flow. Life is not just filled with happiness nor sorrow. Even the thorn in your heart, in time it may become a rose. A burdened heart sinks into the ground. A bell falls away without a sound. Not day nor night, wrong nor right, for truth and peace you fight. Sing with me a song of silence and blood. The rain falls but can't wash away the mud. Within my ancient heart dwells madness and pride. Can no one hear my cry? You are the ocean's gray waves, destined to see light beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb. You are the ocean's gray waves.